Hi guys, so today I'm going to make a video reviewing or trying out some of these rice shakers and sushi makers and, well, more onigiri makers or kimbap makers that I've recently picked up at Daiso. So this one is just a quick little rice ball one. You shake it, it's super easy. So we'll have to try that out. It's not as easy as it looks though, because you do have to put the right amount or else your little rice balls are going to be falling apart. So that has a little bit of trickiness to it. This one's more of the triangle shaped onigiri or kimbap makers. So this one's kind of interesting because it has its own little thing in there that helps you mix like a seasoning into your rice. So that's one of them that we'll be doing, and then it makes the triangle shape. This is more of a typical maker, and it says sankaku. I don't know what that means. If it, has a large and a small rice ball molding tray, which I didn't realize when I was doing the haul. I thought it was just, I don't know. I just saw it said two and I thought they were both the same, but one's smaller and one's larger, which is super cute. And on the back, it tells you how to use it. Very easy, very simple. So you can always still use that also for your onigiri or kimbap. And then I have this one. I'm not sure. Well, it's here. Might as well try it. It says koro koro on the side here. It says rice ball molding tray, which is interesting because it's not really a rice ball. It just makes the rice into this round shape. So you can put fillings in it. Like if you were to make sushi, I'm trying to think, because I forgot I had this out. Maybe I'll put some cucumber. I have some things I can put in here. We'll see. I do have like, maybe this will turn into a whole thing today, because I do have some imitation crab, like to make like a California roll. I also have avocado. So, we'll see. So that one's that. So to fill them, I was thinking about just doing like a tuna with mayo, and I have the Kewpie Mayo and all that good stuff. You see my book in the back, Manchi. I love her. She has a new cookbook, but this one I always have just sitting here because I use her cookbook all the time. But if you haven't seen her channel, check her out. She's amazing. Fun lady and great recipes. They never fail. Any recipe I've ever made of hers is ridiculously good. So I am going to use the tuna. They always recommend tuna in oil. It seems like this is tuna in water, but I don't ever buy tuna in oil because it's just extra fat I don't want. So I'm going to be filling the onigiri with the tuna with a little mayo. You can put a little pepper, a little salt, however you want to do it. But it's usually just the mayo, maybe a little pepper. If you want to put mustard, it's up to you, however you like to make it. But I'm just going to keep it very basic. So I'm going to drain that out. And then I'm also going to make some that have kimchi, because I have kimchi I need to use up. It's super fermented, like sour, like really sour. And then I have some I just made last month. No, when did I make it? When did I make it? Yeah, a few weeks ago. So it should be ready too, but I'm going to use the more sour kimchi. And I'm probably not going to show that because it's not the most difficult thing. I will show you what it looks like and how I did it, but that part of it isn't the most important thing. Really, we're trying out these items, right? And you will need some seaweed. I picked this up recently, but I think I have an older pack I'm going to go bring out because obviously this is new and the other one needs to get used up. But this is roasted seaweed. It always says laver. It doesn't have to be roasted. If it's not roasted, just pass it over a flame so it turns like a little green and it's going to have a little roasted flavor. But however you like, whatever you like to use for your sushi is fine. And then I do have the Gimbap Wrappers or onigiri wrappers. And these are cool, but they have a plastic coating on them so that you can take it with you. Like you're going to take it to lunch or out on a picnic and you don't want it to be touching yet, because the seaweed, and if you don't care, that's fine. But the seaweed gets, moist like it does when you order sushi or you make your sushi. It starts getting wet and it's soft. But this way it'll be crunchy. So when you take the wrapper off, then it meets the rice and you eat it right away and it's crunchy. So I'll show you the differences with that. So to start off, I am going to make some rice. I am going to use some sushi rice. It's basically short grain rice is what you're looking for. This is one of the brands Nishiki. I think the other one I usually get is Calrose Botan, B-O-T-A-N, Calrose. You just need a short grain rice. If you're using regular rice, it might not work as well because that's really meant to fall apart, right? Each individual rice grain is kind of like dry and fluffy, right? That's what you're looking for. With this one, you want it to be moist and sticky. I am going to use my rice maker that I just got recently, or it's a pressure cooker, but it has a rice setting, and I like that it cooks it pretty quickly. We will see how it turns out because we do want this to be moist and not dry. So, and if you look at the back of your package, you can follow the instructions there, how to cook it, but it's usually, it says combine 1.5 cups of rice and 2 cups of water. So it's usually a 1-to-1 ratio or a 2-to-1 ratio, right? Oh, right, actually, rice is 2-to-1, like 2 cups of water, 1 cup of rice, most rices. This is 1.5 cups of rice and 2 cups of water. For this maker, I have to use 1-to-1 ratio. So we will see what happens. Hopefully it turns out just fine. But But if you don't have a rice maker, just follow the recipe. So we're just gonna cook the rice right now. That's all we want, was cooked rice. And then we're gonna season a little bit. We're gonna put apart a little bit because of the different things that I'm looking at now that I want to make. So I'm gonna season a little bit of it with some rice wine vinegar, you know, like to make it more of a sushi rice. Some of it's going to be seasoned with just a little sesame oil, a little sesame seed, maybe a little salt, and some with nothing. So let's just get to it. So I'm just going to pop my rice in. When I come back, we'll have some rice ready to be seasoned. Okay, so here, I'll just quickly show you. I have some tuna, and I basically just did half and half of the little tuna can. And I have my kimchi that is super, super fermented. I don't know if you can see. It's almost like see-through. It is breaking down so much that it's been fermenting. So it's about a year old. And so in here I have some kimchi, about equal parts kimchi and tuna. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of pepper flake. If you want it a little spicier, a little more savory, you can also throw in some. I'm not going to put too much because, you know, I like spice, but woo, because this is spicy enough already. So that's probably less than a teaspoon. Maybe about a teaspoon, I guess. And you can put in some gochujang, whatever else you like. So basically I'm only mixing this because I'm going to put this in a pan and I'm going to saute it for about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's going to break down quite a bit. It's not going to look like this anymore once I've sauteed it. You can make some kimchi fried rice, which is awesome, and then just wrap that, you know, make that into a triangle and wrap it to eat it later. But so I'm going to saute that. So I'm going to put that to the side for now. And then this one is just literally tuna. You know, this tuna's from Costco, and it's not even albacore tuna, and look how hard and like nice and chunky it is. Usually when I get tuna in water, it's just like little pieces, right? Even if it's the same brand. So this is a Kewpie Mayonnaise. It's super cute. It's Japanese mayonnaise. You don't have to use this, but it is creamier, and I suppose they make it just out of egg yolk, I think. So like where our mayonnaise or like any other mayonnaise is really made with the whole egg, right? So this one's a little creamier and stuff. So I'm just gonna open this up, and I'll put a little bit of pepper. And I think that's it for this one. You can add a little salt, however you like your tuna. It's not really meant to be like a tuna sandwich though, you know. So let me add a little bit of this. Sounds great. And I might add a little more, I don't know, I'm just kind of eyeballing right now. A little pepper. You like it spicy, throw in some sriracha, do whatever you want, okay? Like literally this is whatever you want to put in the middle of this thing. I've seen people use bonito flakes with a little bit of soy sauce and a little bit of sesame oil. And they start kind of melting down because, well, it doesn't melt, but they just kind of shrink down. And you put that in the middle and it tastes really nice. So whatever it is that you like, use that. So that looks pretty good. I would make it creamier if I was making this for a sandwich, but I'm not. I'm putting this in one of these things. So that's about right. Again, if you want to add mustard, whatever else, go ahead. I'm gonna put this in the fridge because we're not ready for it yet. We are gonna season, like I said, the rice, and then obviously you're gonna let it cool a little bit. So all this stuff is just pre-made. I'm gonna go ahead and saute the kimchi and tuna, and then hopefully when we get back, the rice will be ready to season, and we'll keep going. Okay, guys, so the rice is done. I have two bowls here because we're gonna do two different types of things. You do not have to flavor your rice at all, well, with the sushi or either one of these things. Like I was gonna make one more like a sushi rice. You don't have to do it. So I'm making it really quick, like cheaters version. So let me open this up. Actually, I haven't even looked at this rice, and hopefully it's, oh, it looks good, I think. Yeah, okay, perfect. Because like I said, I didn't know how it was gonna turn out. So when you're normally making sushi rice, you're gonna treat your rice very gently, very differently. We need to rinse it out and all that stuff. You know, a lot of rice makers say don't rinse your rice or whatever. So do what you need to do, but this is how I'm doing this. This is also from Daiso, this little rice scoop, little Mickey one. So I'm gonna take some of this rice, about half of it, right? Because, yeah, a little bit, about half. And I'll put the other half over here and just, I mean, actually I'm gonna go ahead and do that now so that it starts cooling off. And I'm gonna leave a little bit in there, hopefully for the rice balls, right? That little other one, hopefully that's enough. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, maybe I'm gonna do a little more the other way and less this way. Yeah. Okay, so it's very little rice. I mean, it's not that much, right? And usually what I do is I kind of fan it out to start letting it cool off. And then what I would do normally with my sushi rice is do the rice vinegar with a little salt, a little sugar, heat it up over a pan just enough to melt those, the salt and the sugar. So what I did this time, especially to make people like, what? I just put the vinegar in here with a little pinch of salt, a little more sugar, and I put it in the microwave just to quickly get that going. Basically, I'm just getting the flavors in here. What you normally do with onigiri is that you put some water and some salt on your hands, and as you're shaping the rice, there gets a little bit of salt on it, and that's the flavoring you're going with, right? But right now, I'm just adding a little sushiness to it. And then, like I said, I probably need this anyway for these wraps. It's really more for this than it is for the onigiri, but I'm making that more of a kimbap style, I guess. So I'm gonna let that, and I'm gonna fan it out just to let it dry, cool off, should I say. Let me taste it. Oh, that's yum. So it has its own little flavor, that's great. But this one's a little bit easier. This also came from Daiso, and I just want to show you it's super cute because I just picked it up and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do with this? But it pops off, her little body comes off, and then you have your little measuring spoons here. And I would say that this is probably 2 cups, 2.5 cups of rice. So you want like a teaspoon, a tablespoon. It doesn't, really I would just eyeball this. I'm probably not even gonna use the measuring spoons because I don't want to get oil all over the little plastic measuring spoons. But this is sesame oil. And maybe I'll put it on here. You just want some flavor, about a teaspoon. And this one I will use the measuring spoon because it's just sesame seeds. And I just got some black ones too, which would be really cool and make it look really pretty. But I'm just using these toasted sesame seeds, about a teaspoon. And we're gonna mix this through. Oh, you know what? I need a little salt here. And I'm gonna add like maybe 1/4 teaspoon of salt also. And then I'm gonna mix this through and let it chill down for a little bit because we don't want this to be too hot, okay? So I'm gonna let that chill, everything else is ready, and then we'll just have to assemble everything. While the flavored rices are cooling down, we're gonna start off with the little rice ball mold because I was reading the back of it. It does say to use warm rice, so it's probably warm by now. I don't think it's still hot. And my hands are clean and washed. I'm probably gonna use my hands to get the rice in here, to be honest. I know somebody else had used one of these and they're like, the receptacles are so tiny. So let me just rinse this out really quickly because I didn't think about that. It also says to rinse it so that the rice doesn't stick. So you have a little bit of water in there. You can do a little salt water. Again, like I said, it adds a little flavor. So we're gonna put the rice in here. And like I said, I'm just gonna grab it with my hands. So the rice is sticky, you know. And I'm gonna flavor this afterwards. We're just gonna sprinkle some flavoring on it. You can, if you have like, I'll show you right now, some furikake flavoring or those kind of things, you can definitely mix that into your rice first. And then do this. Now it says basically to fill these little holes up. I'm not packing it in so much, but still a pretty good amount, you know. Trying to get that in there. And I'm going to rinse my hands off. Yeah, the rice doesn't even have salt on it at this point. Yeah, it does say to wet the inside of the mold and then do this kind of thing. And we're gonna put this back on. That's good enough. Close it up. And now we're gonna shake it up and down until it snaps shut. Shake about 20 times. May vary depending on how hard you shake them, and then you're done. So let's see. I don't feel this thing moving anything. Like I don't even feel the rice isn't even moving. Okay, that's probably better. I'm gonna hit it against here just so I can get some going, because right now it wasn't moving. Now it's moving. You hear that? It was not moving at the beginning, so I had to kind of hit it. It's very sticky rice. I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay. Now, after you're done, you want to turn it over so that it's facing down, because you basically want it to come out of this side, because if you come out of this side, it might not pop out, and then you have to like force them out. So I might have put a little too much rice because there are not so much circles as they are ovals. Super cute though. Look at this one, see? That one's more of a circle. This is more oval, but you know what's cute about that is I can make it look more like a panda, and I do have a panda cutter, but I'm not gonna use that right now. So we have rice seasonings here. I'm gonna open, I have like, this one's just the regular furikake, this one's salmon, and this one is kimchi, it's my husband's favorite, that's why it's been open and been used up. But let's just use some of this regular furikake. And just so you know, it does come with a warning, especially in California, and it's mostly because of the seaweed that's in here. But no, where is it? Right there. And then it tells you that has the little sachet in there that keeps it dry, but it also has like a little warning. It's for the state of California. And all your seaweed snacks do. So just so you know, don't be afraid like, oh no. I'm always afraid of that, but. And then I'm gonna use one of these little punches, because why not? And I'll put it on this little rice ball here. So this rice ball literally has no flavor other than what you're gonna add right now. So again, you could have added some flavors. They have like colorings, all kinds of cute bento stuff that you can pick up. But this is how I have it. And I'm gonna punch a little seaweed. Let me open up the seaweed and we'll do that. So I got the seaweed open, and basically I'm just gonna use my little punch here. And hopefully that's close enough. Yep. Oh. So normally you would do this like on the table, because if it had the little face, like face features, which you can get punches for, you just want it to kind of fall down, and you can just pick up the little seaweed ball and put it onto those face features. But there you go. Wouldn't that be cute in your little boxes? What do you think, Miranda? My daughter came to sit here. Yeah, it's cute, huh? So it works pretty well. Again, don't pack it in too much, I guess, because you get an oblong shape instead of a round one. So there's that. Okay, let me move on to the next thing, which will be, I don't know, we'll try something out. I'll be right back. This one, I've already cleaned up. I just put it back in the bag because I wanted you guys to see what it looked like when I unboxed it. But this one's going to be interesting because supposedly this helps you mix your rice. And so I'll use some of the sushi rice for this one. And I'm probably just going to use this sushi rice for, the little roll, because otherwise I don't think I'll be making onigiri with this. But okay, so we put some in there. Does it even say how far up? It just says, yeah, basically pack in rice lightly and add rice seasoning, and then you mix it. So I'll add a little bit more. Hopefully I won't, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough for the other operation here, but okay, there it is. And then I'm gonna add in this kimchi furikake, why not? Because just so we can see if it actually mixes it. It says to add rice seasoning. That's quite a bit. I'll probably go ahead and do that. And then you're supposed to take this guy, put it right on here, and then give it some turns. It said about 5 turns, and then no more than that is what it said. I don't know why, but well, I mean, I don't know that this really did anything. Let me mix it a little bit more. That's not bad. I mean, it did mix it. I can see that there's some of the seasoning down in this area. And then you're supposed to just turn it over and push your rice down. Of course, you do this on the table, but I'm like doing it up in the air. Push your rice down. And then you have a little shaped rice, right? It's ready to go. If I want to pop this out on the plate, I will do that. So you would just pop it out. And supposedly if it starts sticking, next time wet your mold. This is really stuck in there. Okay, there it goes. Aw, so cute. Look at that. Just a flavored rice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this one, though, to take it to another level, it's so cute. Okay. Oh, sorry. Is take a sheet of my seaweed. And this one is very inexpensive seaweed, and I don't even like it. It says Tokyo Sushi Hain, I don't know. This is not my favorite. It looks kind of weird. And normally you can just fold it in half and it'll crack, and this one doesn't look like it wants to, but we're just gonna fold it in half. And maybe I'll use the one with the little punch in it because it doesn't hurt anybody. And I'm gonna put it with the rough side up facing me. And basically you would make your little seaweed wrap. Look how small this is. I'm not talking about the triangle being small, I'm talking about the seaweed being small, so this is very cheap seaweed. But anyway, so this is normally how you would do your little onigiri if you wrapped it. I'm gonna take a bite. Just so you can hear that, it is crunchy. In a couple minutes, this is gonna be stuck to this and it's gonna be all soft and squishy. But pretty good. I put a little, soy because I love soy sauce on everything. But there's that. I forgot that I put the little rice seasoning in there, so that gives it a little something. All right, so that works okay. Next one, let's see. Let's use this guy next. I'm gonna use this one to make quite a few because this is the one I want to do my fillings with. So let me go get the tuna and we'll be right back. I'm gonna get these ready. And I'm probably just use the larger one because I do want to make some larger little guys. But look how cute this little one is. Oh my gosh, adorable. So I'm gonna wet this because it was really, really sticky. And, oh, careful, Miranda. My daughter came to join me. Okay. So we're gonna take a little of this. Maybe I should use a spoon, but that's okay. So I'm just putting down some of this. Oh my gosh, whatever movie they're watching, it just sounds so much louder right now all of a sudden, of course, because I'm working here. All right, so there's some sushi, some rice. This is the sesame flavored rice. We're gonna get a little tuna. And you cannot go overboard with this, or you don't want to, because it'll just be too much, right? But I do want some filling, but try to keep it towards the middle so it's not squeezing out the sides, okay? And then we're gonna top that off with a little more. And this rice is warmish cold. I wouldn't say it's cold, but it's not hot, okay, guys? So there's that. And we're gonna take our little mold, the top part, and just push down. Oh my goodness. Feels so good. Okay, so there's our cute little thing. It feels packed in there. I think that's probably a good amount of rice. Yeah, okay. And with this one, I'm just gonna take the other piece of the nori because we already have it cut. Again, the rough side up, the shiny side is down. You can do it however you like, but that's normally. And then we're gonna put it with the little arrow, one of the triangles facing up, right? Pop it right on here. Oh, this one came out easy because I had to wet it. It just came right out. Look how cute. The shape is adorable, you guys. Oh my gosh. Can you see it? There you go. And then you can just hold like this, you can eat it, but usually you want to wrap this around and then wrap this around this. I am not going to take a bite of this one because, well, I guess I should. Let's see. Oh my gosh, that is so good. It's a little warm. I would probably want it colder. But the little tuna in there makes a big difference. Like, this is much more better, in my opinion, than just this bowl of rice over here. Oh my gosh. So cute. Okay. Let me rinse this again. We're almost there, guys. The last one would be the hardest for me. It'll be that little sushi roll because I do want to put something in it. I still haven't decided what that means. Oh, that tuna's so good. A little smoky. The seaweed is so good. Okay. So, as you can see, I put like... I don't know if these have lines on purpose because the thing says you just pack it in there, but I'm filling to like the first third line, then filling and then topping it off. So let's get that. Ooh, that kimchi tuna. This is gonna be awesome. I bet you. $100. Okay, maybe not. $100, but it's good just tasting it right there in the bowl. Oh my gosh, my husband's gonna enjoy this. He spent, oh gosh, almost a year and a half in South Korea with the military. He's in the Marine Corps, and he was out there doing what he does. And so he misses his Gimbap. He misses everything, but fun like that. All right. So I've kind of, that one seemed a little bit less stuffed. I probably could have tightened that up a little bit more. What I was going to show you with this one though, even though my son's probably going to eat it right now, I don't want to waste things. I don't like wasting, especially plastic stuff like that, but I do want to show you how to use these wrappers. So I'm going to open it up. This is the one I was curious if it had a mold with it. It looked like it did, but I wasn't sure. I think it's just the pieces. Oh, yes. So people were wondering about that. Look, it came with a mold. So any of these things, I didn't really need them. It comes with this little plastic piece. And basically you just make your shape with it, right? Cool. So you would just use it the same way, but you would build it up over on top of the plastic wrapper. It comes with stickers that you're going to need to hold it down. And then it comes with these guys. And basically, this is for you to take it later and eat it later. But, you know, if you see these on Amazon, they're almost like $1 each. And this is like the cheapest street food in the world. So, like, it shouldn't be that way, but that's what it is. So I'm going to turn this over. This is the front. When you wrap it up, it looks pretty. They have ones that have, like, decorations, really cute. But anyway, so I'm going to turn this over. We're going to take our little guy, again, with the pointing up, right? As you can see, the kimchi tuna, the stuff is right there. It's a little bit high, I think. Okay. So now all we're going to do is, if I recall, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, I think so. Oopsie. Hold on. I always want to fold these in, but maybe that doesn't go in first. Yeah, okay. So this comes up and then underneath your rice ball, okay? And this already feels way nicer than the nori I was working with over there. But anyway, it goes under So I'm tucking it under the rice ball. And then these two come up over the rice ball. And in the meantime, I should have had one of these ready, but this isn't that hard to hold down because some of them are a little bit tougher where you need like 2 stickers. But this one works really easily. And all you're gonna do is take that sticker and hold down those little straps, the little piece that you brought over. Now later when you go to eat this, it's lunchtime, you have this, you know, in your bag or wherever, you're gonna pull this number 1 all the way down and around. It's gonna rip off. You're gonna pull number 2 out, which is basically just the plastic, the front and the back. It'll just gonna slip out. And you're gonna pull number 3 out, it'll slip out. And now you have your little wrapped seaweed. It's gonna look like, it's just gonna come apart basically. This part, it'll just be open again like the way I showed you when we wrapped this at first, right? And then you're just gonna tuck it in again for yourself. But, you hear that? Not as crunchy anymore. That is so good, you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge for my husband to try later because right now for the kids, they just wanna eat. So I'll probably just throw these together and let them eat. Let me make one of the rolls out of this guy and we'll have tried them all out. Okay, guys, I have a little bit of a mess here, but okay. We are going to make the last thing, which is this koro koro. It is kind of thick. I mean, this is gonna be the diameter of the thing, so it's a little bit thick. I don't know if I'll have enough to make 2. And let me rinse some water on this. And all I did was cut up some cucumber and a little bit of avocado because, I don't know, I was being lazy, I guess, in a way. So let's get a little of the sushi type rice in here. And I don't want to put too much because then it's going to just be a ton of rice that's really pressed down. So that's one thing I've learned about watching some of the videos when people use these little contraptions. It's just like too much. And this might still be too much, but we'll see. And normally you're just going to pack it in there, I guess. But what I want to do is put some of this stuff in here. And I thought I cut these to size, but maybe not. So a little cucumber. Yeah. A couple slices of cucumber there. Oopsie. I might need a little more rice in this one. So I'm trying to make sure that I cover all the edges basically. That way we know the rice is going to be all around there. And I had some avocado. I'll just put a little bit in each one. It's the smallest slice of avocado ever. And now that I'm just using my hands, you know, whatever, I'm going to top this off. So what you can do at the end of this is wrap it in nori. Obviously you can't just put the nori in right here. I wish I had that shaker one. They do not have it at my local Daiso, and I probably bought it a long time ago. There's one that you shake and then you put the nori strip and you keep shaking and it sucks it in, you know? So anyway, that looks about good. My hands are all full of rice and that's okay. I'm gonna take this and give it a squish. So what I'm trying to say is you don't have to have it super packed in with rice. It's gonna hold its shape, but we'll see what happens. So let me rinse my hands off really quickly because they got really sticky here. I probably should have started this tutorial closer to my sink, but I didn't, so it's too late now. All right. Oh, it's cute. It's a little bit loose, but that might be okay. Like I said, it's better to have it that way than too tight. Oh, it fell out real easily. Oh, there we go. So it is nice and round. Not perfectly centered. And I don't even know what size this nori needs to be cut at for this to work here. Probably just like this much. I don't know. It looks like half a strip. You know, I'm saying half a half. It looks like it's a quarter strip, basically. Yeah, so it's about half of a half. Look at that. So cute. So I'm gonna leave this here for just a minute. And I'll probably cut it off camera because you do want your sushi to rest. And for the reason being that this is still crispy and it's gonna be a nightmare if you try to cut through it. So I have other sushi videos. Actually, I only have one other one on this channel. My old channel, I had a few, but ooh, this one's starting to fall apart, but that's okay. Because like I said, you want less, not more. Because if you just have a ton of rice in there, it's just gonna be a rice ball, basically. So I'm gonna let those rest and I'm gonna cut them. And I'll have some pictures for you guys. So thanks for watching. I think my favorite one is probably just your basic little shaper here. Well, not that one. Well, that one's okay too. They're all pretty good. I mean, they all do what it says they do. But it's this one here. It's the two different sizes of the shapes and all that. And then my kids are like totally enjoying this. I'm making another batch of rice as we speak because we ran out. and they want more. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you have a Daiso near you. If you don't, I know they sell things online, but they sell them in bulk. So it's like if you want to buy something, even one of these little things, you have to buy 10 of them or 8 of them, which is really weird, but it's what it is. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.